Yes, good morning. So we'll start with the next hardware experiment, that is the UART. Okay. So UART is an experiment where LPC 2148 has the two internal UART. So we should write an embedded C program to display some message. Okay. So like hello world message like that. So we should write. So this is a lab program 9. So until now we have discussed the blinking of LEDs, 7-segment display, stepper motor, and then your DC motor. Okay. So those all were the external UART. So this is an internal UART. So LPC 2148 has an internal UART and will display some messages using this UART. Okay. So now we'll discuss, like already you have seen in the theory part, how does an UART works. Okay. So what do you mean by UART? UART means it is a universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. Okay. So why we'll call it as an asynchronous? Because it doesn't require a clock signal. Okay. So like that's why we'll call it as an asynchronous. Simply we'll send the start and the stop bit and then we'll transfer the data. So this we'll call it as an asynchronous. Okay, so coming to the board. So this is our ARM7 LPC 2148 board, and here is the UART 0 interface. Okay, so already so we'll be connecting the serial interface, that is RS232. So that itself is an UART. So from we showed in the demo, like from the system or the laptop, so from the USB port, so we'll be connecting to this port. Okay, so this is the UART connection, and no need of connecting extra connections and all. Okay, so this is a UART interface. And so as I said, so universal asynchronous receiver or transmitter, it is a serial communication protocol, so in which data is transferred serially bit by bit at a time. And so asynchronous serial communication is widely used for byte oriented transmission. In asynchronous serial communication, a byte of data, it is transferred at a time. Okay, so this is, so when we are communicating the two UARTs, so this will be the status. So the TXT of one UART will be connected to the RXT of another, and TXT of the other UART will be connected to the RXT. Okay, so this is how the connection between the UART exists. Okay, so here, so no parallel transmission. So all the it is like bits wise transmission. So they are transmitted bit by bit. And so UART, it has its own frame structure. Okay, so it uses a defined frame structure for their data bytes. Okay, so frame structure is in asynchronous communication consist. Okay, so start bit, it is a bit with which indicates that serial communication has started, and it always low. Okay, so when the start bit it is low, so it is a like serial communication, it has been started. And then so we have the data bits packet. So usually data bits can be of bits 5 to 9. Okay, so we'll be using like one board, that is the 8 bits will be using. So normally we use 8-bit data packet, so which is always sent after the start bit. Next we have the stop bit. So stop bit, this is usually 1 or 2 bits in length, and it is sent after the data packets, bits packet to indicate the end of the frame. Okay, so normally this frame consists of a start bit, and then it has the data bits, and then the stop bit. So this is the UART frame structure. So you can here see that start bit. So start bit, it will be low. Then you have, this is the data byte, so which consists of 8 bits. This consists of 8 bits, and then so you have the stop bit. Okay, so start bit, it is always low, and the stop bit, like it is usually 1 or 2 bits in length. So normally it will be logic high. Okay, so and in between you have the data bits packets. Okay, so you can see here start bit it is low, then you have the 8 bits, okay, for the data, and then you have the stop bit. So stop bit, so usually we are using 1 bit, 1 or 2 bits also you can use it. We are using 1 bit, and then so it will be usually high. LPC 2148, so UART port pin details. Okay, so we are using the internal UART. Okay, so as I said you, so external, whereas stepper motor, your DC motor, they all are external, whereas so UART, we are programming for a inbuilt UART. Okay, so actually there are two UARTs in our LPC 2148, that is UART 0 and UART 1. Okay, so we can connect two UART enabled devices, GSM module, GPS module, Bluetooth module, etc. with the LPC 2148 at a time. Okay, so UART 0 and UART 1 are identical, but the UART 1 has a modem interface included. Okay, so we will be using the UART 0. Okay, so to display the message on the terminal, so now we'll be programming the UART 0. Okay, so we can programming UART 1 also. So right now in our program, so we'll be programming the UART 0. Okay, so UART 0 port pins are, so TXD 0, so that is a transmitter pin, and it is output pin, and it is serial transmit data pin. And similarly we have RxD 0, that is the input pin, that is serial receive data pin. So this is actually the figure of your transmitter, that is TXD and RxD, and this is the clock pulses for the baud rate generator and all. Next, coming to the registers. Okay, so here UART, it contains many registers. So those which we have used in the program, so I'll be explaining those registers. So first you have U0 LCR. Okay, so LCR stands for line control register. Okay, so UART 0 line control register. So in short, we'll be calling it as U0 LCR. So U0 LCR, it is an 8-bit read-write register. So that means you can read the data and you can write the data, and it determines the format of the data character that is to be sent. Okay, so for normally, so this is an 8-bit, and before transmitting the data, so we should check these bits. Okay, so here, so this indicates from 0 to 7, this is 8-bit. So first 0 and 1, they are meant for word length select. Okay, so word length select. Okay, so if it is 0 0, then it is 5-bit character length. Then if it is 6-bit character length, then it is 0 1. If it is 1 0, then 7-bit character length. Then 1 1, 8-bit character length. So which have marked it as red color. So this is the one we'll be using in our program. Okay, so as I said, so normally it will be of 8-bit character length, hence it will be 1 1. Okay, so next, so number of stop bits. Okay, so normally, as I said, number of stop bits, it can be either like 1 or 2. So we are using 1 stop bit. So 1 stop bit is indicated by 0 here, second. Okay, so if it is of 2, then you should give supply here 1. Okay, so and then so next is the parity enable, even parity select, stick parity, set break. So all this we are not using. So this is the last one, that is DLAB will be using it. Okay, so this is bit 3 parity enable. So all these parity select and break control, all we are not using. The next we are using the DLAB, that is divisor latch access bit. Okay, so divisor latch access bit. So in order to set the baud rate and all, so it should be enabled. So normally, while like to set the baud rate and all, so we'll enable it, and while before the transmission, again we'll disable this divisor latch. Okay, so this I'll explain further. Okay, so 0 means it disable the access to the divisor latches. 1 means enable the access to the divisor latches. Okay, so coming to the this 8 bit. So here it is 1 1, next it is 0, next all this is 0, so next it is 1. Okay, so that means so the data will be, so U0, so line control register, it will be 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 1, so which is hexa equivalent will be 8 3. Okay, so this is the explanation where we'll be setting 8 3 in the program. Okay, so why we'll be setting the 8 3 in the program? Because 3, this is for last 3 bits, this is 1 1 for 8 bit character length, because all our like characters what all we transfers, so it is 8 bit, that is byte oriented transmission will do. So that means, so like 8 bits, so you can transfer either 5 bit, 6 bit, 7 bit. So normally we'll be using 8 bit character lengths, hence this will be 1 1. And next number of stop bits, so this will be like 1 stop bit we are using, so we'll indicate this 0. Okay, so 0 and then 1, so this will be 8 3. Okay, so please remember this. So U0 LCR, so you should program with the data 8 3. Next you have the UART0 device latch registers. Okay, so U0 DLL, U0 DLL is the divisor latch LSB, and U0 DLM is the divisor latch MSB. Okay, so these are 8-bit registers. These are 8-bit write registers, and the divisor latch access bit DLAP in U0 LCR must be 1 in order to access the UART0 divisor latch. Okay, so here in this, if DLAB is 1, okay, then you can set these registers. Okay, so that is U0 DLL and U0 DLM. Okay, so this is LSB and this is MSB. So we'll see how to programming it. Okay, so you have to, so the formula to find, so U0 DLL and U0 DLM of UART0 is as follows. Okay, so when you combine these two registers, okay, so it will be 16-bit data. So it is, that is processor clock divided by desired baud rate into 16. Okay, so that is the 16 bits. So normally the CPU clock frequency is 12 megahertz, and then this is peripheral clock frequency. It is, so that is the processor clock frequency divided by 4. It is 12 divided by 4. It will be 3 megahertz. So desired baud rate is 9600 bits per second. Okay, so now you should find a value what has to be set in DLM and DLL. Okay, so that we are finding, that is the peak clock divided by desired baud rate into 16. Okay, since it is 3 megahertz, the CPU clock is, so we'll be giving 3 followed by 6 divided by 9600 into 16. So you'll be getting 9.5. So 9.5 we cannot like do it fraction. So I'm taking 19. So the hexadecimal will be 13. Okay, so in the programming, so that is DLM will be 00 and DLL will be 13. So DLM plus DLL, it will be 0x0013. So what we'll be doing, first we'll be setting this bit as 1, that is DLAB set as 1, and then we'll find the what value should supply to DLM and DLL. It is 13, because here we are getting 19 in hexadecimal is 060x13. Okay, so this value, so we'll be using it, and after this again we are DLM will be making it as 0. Okay, so in order to transmit the data, again this value should be made to 0. Okay, so how will we transmit the data? Through a register called transmit holding register. Okay, so UART0, it is having U0 THR. So THR means transmit holding register. Okay, so it is an 8-bit write only register. So data can be transmitted and it is written into register. So what all the data you want to transmit 8-bit data, so that is written into this register. Okay, so it contains 0 to 7, that is the 8 bits. Okay, so before transmitting the data, so your U0 LCR must be 0 in order to access the U0 transmit holding register. Okay, so first we'll make it as 1, that is DLAB will make it as 1, and then we'll find the value of that is U0 DLM and U0 DLL, that is 013. After finding this, so what we'll do, again we'll say make back this DLAB as 0, and then so we'll write the value to make the value that to 0. So again you should write in that U0 LCR, this is made as 0, hence 3 should be written it. Okay, so earlier we wrote the value here 83 because this is 8, this is 1. So now we don't require this one. In order to make it 0, if you make it 0, the value will be 3. So that's why first 83, next we'll be writing 03. So these values will be using in the program. So that's why explaining these registers which are used in the program. So next is the line status register. So line status register, it is an 8-bit read-only register, and so in this we'll use only the 5th bit. Okay, so 5th bit of the register is 1, indicates that the U0 THR is empty. Okay, so what do you mean by THR? It is a transmit holding register. Okay, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Okay, so this is the transmit holding register. Okay, so if it is 0 means it has the valid data, and if it is 1 means empty. Okay, so that means when all the data is transferred, so it becomes 1. Okay, so while when it is 0, okay, so that means it is still have the data like that. Okay, that means so this register, it still has the data, still the transmission is going on. So when the 5th bit is set, okay, so that is 1. Once when this becomes 1, that means all the data transmission is over. So that's why that indicates the end of the transmission. So that's why U0 LSR. Okay, so in that 5th bit, it should be like 0 while transmitting. That means it has a valid data. When it becomes 1 means the transmission is over. That means it is a empty like that. Okay, so next, so we have to port the TXD and RXD. So these are connected to the port 0. So as I said, so pin port 0, so they can be used for multi like purpose. Okay, so when it is 0, 0, so it is like GPIO port. So when it is 0, 1, okay, it acts as for TXD for UART 0. Okay, so this is the pin functions. Okay, so 0, 1, 0, 1, if you're programming in the give, okay, for port 0, it indicates that you have selected both TXD and RXD of UART 0. Okay, so that means TXD is like 0, 1 and RXD is 0, 1. That means the value 5, if you select for port 0, then you are selecting these 2 pins, that is the TXD and RXD pins. So now coming to the program. Okay, so it is an embedded C program. So this is a universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter UART program. So as usual, so the first program, the first should be, so the include LPC214x.h. It includes all the header files. So next you have a delay. Okay, so unsigned int delay. So next it is, you have an array like pointer. So which consists of an characters in the array. Okay, character of arrays, and the characters are hello world. Okay, so you can display the message whatever you want to do. So before displaying the message, so in the main program, so you should program the UART registers. Okay, so first you should select the TXD and RXD of your port. Okay, so as I said, so they are connected to port 0. So that's why, so in pin cell 0, so you should give the value 5. Okay, so why 5? Because to select TXD 0 and RXD 0 lines of UART 0. Next, so you for the to enable the baud rate divisor loading, so that is U0 line control register. So we'll be giving the value 83. Okay. So first 83 will be giving. Next we'll be selecting the data format. Okay. So that is the data format DLM. So that is 00 will be programming it, and then so DLL as 13. Okay. So these values I have explained earlier. Okay. So U0 line control register, it will be. So coming to the here line control register. So this is 83. Next we are finding DLL and DLM. So that is 00 and 13. Okay. So next again we should disable the select the baud rate, and then so this latch should be disabled. So again we'll be passing this line this value as 3. Next here comes the program. Okay. So what you should do, so whatever you want to transmit the data, so that you should transmit to the assigned to the U0, that is UART0 transmit holding register. Okay. So now so your pointer will be pointing to here, while that is line status register and 20, that is 20. That means fifth bit you are comparing. Okay. So fifth bit it should be 0. Then only the transmission is still going on. Once when it becomes 1. Okay. So that means it has become 1, means your data is successful and you will be coming out. Okay. So this repeats for all here. So as I said here, so see indicates that always you should check this fifth bit. So if it is 0 means still it has a valid data. Once it becomes 1, okay, so that means successfully you have completed all the data. Okay, so then you will be delayed. So this is repeated to transmit all the characters. Okay, so if the fifth bit is 1, data is successful. So that's why you will compare while not of U0 LSR and 20 is equal to 20. Okay, so that means once it becomes 1, so we will come out of the loop. So this is the program. So now we'll execute and check the result. Yes. So are you able to see the screen? Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as usual, so project, new microvision project. Okay. So let me take the UART itself. Okay. So I have created the project. Now I should select for which device. So I'll be selecting LPC 2148. Select this. Okay. So it is asking hardware startup. It is not required because we are specifically attaching startup.lib. Okay. So that's why it is not required. Now we should add our C program UART.c. Okay. So this is the UART-C program. Add, close. So this is the UART-C program. So here, so you can see that as usual, as I said, so to first you have to select TXT, RXD lines, next enable the baud rate, next again the data format, that is DLM and DLL should be selected. Next again set you disable this latch. So that's why, so while transmitting until, so this is equal to 1. Okay. So now we'll add the library file also. So for all your hardware programs, so you should add startup.lib and then attach. Okay. So here you should go to target, then options for target 1. So you should use microlib. Then output. So we need hex file, okay, to dump into the flash. Hence we'll select create hex file, and the linker use memory layout. Okay. So all these changes should be done. So now you have your UART program. So let us translate it and check the errors. So there are 0 errors. Then build it. Okay. So now hex file is created in that folder. Okay. So this is how we'll create the X file. Okay. So now I'll show it how to run it in the board. Okay. Yes, any doubts here? Here also you can debug. And then you can run the program, and then you can stop here. Okay. So now I'll show you the video.
Welcome to the demonstration of the LexLab experiment, that is UART. UART means universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So in this we don't have any additional components to be connected. So here we have already connected our ARM board to the serial bus, that is the UART 0. It has been connected. UART 0 interface, it has already been connected. So we have connected it to the PC. So using this we have to just transmit a message and display that message in the internal UART using the terminal. So for seeing the output, so first we have to launch the Flash Magic. So in this Flash Magic, so do the basic settings, that is select the device is LPC2148, and the COM port is in my PC it is COM3. So we have to check the COM port which to which the ARM board is connected, and the baud rate is 9200, and interfaces ISP none, and then oscillator is 12 megahertz. And then in the second step, erase blocks used by this hex file, check this box, and in the third step, browse for the hex file. So the hex file for the UART is created in the specified folder. So load that UART X, and then in the fourth option, check this verify after programming checkbox, and then start. So hold on till it loads the data into the flash. So now it is finished. So here you can see the message that it is finished. So after it loads the content into the flash, so now go to the tools option. In this tools option we have an option called as terminal. Check this, click this terminal, and then here select the COM port to which it is connected. It is COM3, and then the baud rate here is 9600. So this is the setting which we have done in our program as well. So we have to select the baud rate as 9600. And here in the new lines option, so we have to select CR, that is carriage return. Okay, so that your message will be displaying in the new line. If not, it will be displayed in the same line. So that's why we have to select this CR. Okay, so then check OK. So now you can see the message that welcome to MCES lab is displayed here. So if you change the message in your program, so you will be able to display that message in your Flash Magic terminal. So that is the output of this UART program.